Haven't seen you in quite a while.
Jess. Yes, Jess. Good to be back with you always.
Absolutely. Hey, today we want to talk to parents. I mean, we're grandparents, uh,
Jess,
and
we're getting an echo.
yeah, we'll just talk through the echo. Here's the point that I want to just give some parents encouragement today. But I do want to tell parents, of course, that we do have biblical duties, and also sons and daughters also have biblical duties to their moms and dads. Paul, one of the Bible verses that for me has always brought me great comfort, and I share this because for those of us that have tried to do with our kids, teach them the gospel and teach them the truths of the Catholic faith, and they stumble and they fall away and they come back and stumble. One of the beautiful promises that I hold on to is Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6, where it says, train a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not turn from it. Folly is bound, or silliness is bound up in the heart of a child, but the rod of discipline will drive it far from him. Now, I'm not telling you how to discipline your kids, but I'm telling you that the Bible does tell us to discipline our kids. How you do it, that's between you and your spouse. That's something you're going to have to take it up in prayer. But the fact of the matter is, we can't allow our children to grow up like feral dogs and feral animals.
No. As a matter of fact, Jess, there's nothing more nauseating to see an out of control child who is obstinate, about everything the parents try to teach them. That is the most ugly thing you can ever see, is a child who's out of control, who backtalks their parents. And listen, we're not claiming by any stretch of the imagination that we got it all figured out. But we know God does. God is the one who designed everything. And if we trust in the Lord with all our heart and lean not on our understanding, but in all our ways acknowledge him, he will direct our path. And that's what God says. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. So how do we navigate? Just you and I were having a conversation earlier, and we kind of agreed that, navigating through these pitfalls that we in 2024, that we happen to be, we're in the US, but it's all over the world. It's difficult. The devil has been unleashed. It seemingly empowered more in this day and age, and that it's like it's Scud missiles that some of these countries, they just fire off indiscriminately. They just keep coming and coming and coming and attacking, hoping that they'll hit their target. Well, that's what it's like in the world. We were agreeing that the devil is out there. There are so many things that are in the world that are pulling us away from faith, pulling us away from truth. And if we give the devil an opportunity, if we give him just a foothold, some of those missiles may hit their target.
Yeah, it reminds me, Paul, of that movie. I think it was 300, where the Spartans their backs were up against the wall, and you had the Persians coming at them. And I remember the king of Persia said that, he was laughing because they had a lot of archers. He says, "We will light up the sky, or we will darken the sky with arrows." And that's the way the devil, Paul, that's the way he's constantly going after us and our children, darkening the sky with arrows. And these are arrows of temptation, arrows to try to take them off their, off the course that we've taught them. Paul, right. But there is one verse that does bring me pleasure. I mean, it's a verse in Job chapter 1, verse 5. Let me read it, because it talks about the way Job would get up early in the morning and make sacrifice for his children. And again, we can make sacrifice for our children every day. Just the fact you've got infirmity, old age, your medical problems. You can offer those sacrifices for your children. Look what it says in Job chapter 1, verse 5. It says, When a period of feasting had run its course, Job would send and have them purified. Early in the morning, he would sacrifice a burnt offering for each of them. He's talking about each of his children, thinking,
Yes.
perhaps my children have sinned and cursed God in their hearts. This was Job's regular custom. What a powerful verse of scripture.
Yes.
We as
Yes.
Catholics, we can be offering what's called our sufferings, our redemptive suffering, our penance every single day.
Yes.
Just say, you know what? I'm going to fast from lunch today, and I'm going to do it for my kids.
Yes.
For the grace conversion. I'm going to do the rosary today, the first decade on my knees for the grace of conversion for my kids. We should find little moments throughout. I'm going to take the stairs instead of the elevator to give my kids the grace of conversion.
And Jess, this is the faith lived out, because here you see Job. He's, like you said, this is a powerful intercession for his children. As Catholics, we understand this, that we can intercede on behalf, can offer up, small sacrifices on behalf of others to help them, because that's exactly what God calls us to do, right? Is to bear one another's burdens, is to help us to achieve our end, which is heaven. I was talking to a priest, and he told me, a lot of people, when somebody dies, they offer up a mass, and that is a good and a pious thing to do that, to have a mass said for the person who died. But he says it's even more powerful. The graces are more powerful when the people are alive. And you can have a mass said for somebody who's living, Jess, and that's powerful.